Suskian. I'm very happy to be back on here. Today's Wednesday, Wednesday. Today's Monday, 28th of December. The year is done, basically. And I've started kind of switching my mindset to I've started switching my mindset to really prepare for what I want to be doing next year. And it's not like instead of waiting till December 1st, kind of just starting now, like, oh well, like January 1st. Just start now and certain goals and certain little ideas and habits and things that I have in mind, start working at them now. Um, I'm very happy to be back. And as like before this episode, it took me a while to start it because I was kind of fucking around with the equipment I have, and I'm thinking of how I'm gonna do guest podcasts, but I've got a good idea as to how it's gonna happen. And be it's here. I guess podcasts are here. I'm ordering a couple of equipment that I need to invest in for the podcast. But other than that, yeah, I'm back. Welcome back to Me Versus Myself podcast, and I've got a lot to say. Be on the lookout for a trip report video. This isn't that trip report video that I told or that I mentioned on my Instagram I was gonna make. um I don't know. I feel like there's still some things I'm still processing. I guess I want to have it more thought out and like more of a thorough explanation, or a thorough, like, I don't know. I want to take a little bit more time to put that together rather than just have it be something I discuss on the podcast. But regardless, I'm gonna give you some mini insight into what and how that experience went for me. Last Tuesday, I did an eighth of psychedelic psilocybin mushrooms. And it was intense, man. It was very, very intense. And the two experiences I've had with psilocybin, with three experiences, but there's been two ego death experiences where, like, I've experienced the world from a lens, as in, like, I guess I've experienced the world as the voice that's in my head. You get me? We all have that one, like, little internal voice. I feel like that's the observer, the one that kind of is the one that's like, okay, that's my wallet, that's my key. Like, I guess it's you. I guess it's the internal voice, which it makes, I guess, is us. But like, I was looking at the world, bro. Like, I was so detached from my personal earthly attachments that I didn't like resonate. I didn't resonate with any of those attachments, that I felt so alienated and so out of me, out of body, out of my head. My experience was just like, I didn't go into like some other dimension or some other, like, fucking energy field or void. But I guess, like, an example maybe I can give you guys as to like how I felt was, in Stranger Things, like, when Eleven goes into the water tank, or when she goes into like that, like the upside down, and when she can see herself, that's kind of how it was. Like, I was just like in a fucking void of like, why is any of this real, and is this even part of the way I am, and why am I this way? Like, it didn't, like, everything that was physical on this earth I had no attachment to, because I was seeing it from a whole different perspective of, like, I guess my fucking third eye, you can say. And dude, and it was intense, dude. I've had two experiences where, like, two semi high doses. So the first time I ever had that many experience of, like, out of ego, I did 2 grams, and then this was the eighth. So this was a little bit higher, and I like how I've, like, scaled up little by little. But an eighth, it's no joke, bro. It had me on my ass, and it had me laying flat, and I feel like a part of me accepted death, because some of, like, I guess after feeling so uncomfortable and feeling so alienated from everything that I knew, and everybody and everything, literally everything that I knew. Like, I was just kind of like, I was convinced that everything that had happened was only in my head, and that it only had happened a certain way. I felt like everything was kind of part of a script, and it's only made sense in my head because it's been going on for so long. And, like, when it didn't make sense, when it was just like going off of script, you can say, it was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, wait, like, keep me here. And it was fucking scary, dude. I'm gonna tell you, like, yeah, like this thing. There's a stigma behind bad trips, and there's a stigma behind having a bad experience on fucking mushrooms. But dude, those challenging experiences have been like the most like humbling and the most, like, I guess, like I've learned the most from those experiences, right? And I'm so, like, looking back, and I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so thankful for having some sort of teacher be able to teach me and ground me at the way that these mushrooms and these compounds in my brain have affected me. So I do definitely want to give a deeper insight. I feel like I owe it to science. I feel like I owe it to people my age and people genuinely curious on what these substances might have to offer. I am in no way claiming. I am in no way recommending any sort of illegal substances. I am not trying to encourage. I'm only sharing my knowledge so that, people, if they are going to do it, at least they have they hear a perspective from maybe somebody that they know. And if you know me, I hope, and I'm kind of thankful, and it's cool to know that you trust me and care about my opinion on this subject to, like, like maybe you're kind of thinking about it, and I might maybe be the one that convince you, but it wasn't me. Okay, first of all, I am in no way like associated to any of your trips. Yeah, that's not on me. Okay, that's on you guys. You guys explore at your own fucking at your discretion. You do you. Only you understand. If you guys didn't get that, that was a reference to the last episode I just posted last week, 2 weeks ago. You do you. Only you understand. And I guess it applies. But look at my socks today. You guys like the fucking little psilocybin? Actually, they're not psilocybin. These are, well, I don't know. I'm no fucking mycologist. But pretty sure the red ones are Amanita muscaria, which do, in fact, make you hallucinate. But that's not the ones I was tripping on. I just thought it was cool because I have mushroom socks. The background's a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can notice. I got this for Christmas. Shout out Pink Floyd. Is it me, or is there like a little bit of a smudge on there? Huh. It's a little bit of a smudge on there. Got a Queen poster. Got a new fucking calendar. Shout out Alex Gray. Shout out Ignacio for hooking it up with the calendar. I rearranged a little bit of the things. I got a Queen poster that I ripped off a magazine. What else I got? There's a little bit. The wall's a little different. The backdrop's a little different. Got a message. But bro, I got a new plant too. It's massive. It's right behind you guys. It's fucking huge, and I'm so happy about it. It's like the highlight of my room now. But okay, that's where I was. What, Tuesday, which was the 22nd. Well, Christmas was the 24th, and so from the 23rd to the 24th, like in the middle of the day, I didn't have any power at our house. We didn't have any power at our house, and that was because it was windy, and like the electricity company likes to shut down the power lines so that if a fire is to break out, it's not on them, because there was a couple fires like a year ago, and I heard that they got sued, like like really bad, because apparently they didn't cut the power lines off, and that caused more or some shit. And apparently that also, when they did shut it off, that some people's houses got burnt because they didn't have power to watch the news to know that there was a fire, bro. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't blame them anymore after hearing that. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. So I didn't have an energy source to really get anything out for you guys. But I was really just like after. So the 22nd, I tripped around like 9, and from 9 to like 1ish, I was tripping. So like the rest of the day, I was just kind of like, it was a pretty heavy day. Not gonna lie, it was pretty like hard to not to move forward, but like it just felt like I feel like, and I guess maybe this is the way I can describe this to you guys, and it makes a little bit more sense. It's like, when you have a near death experience and you're kind of out of that experience, and you're like, fuck, dude, like I got a lot to do, or like there's a lot of people that I care about, or I'm very thankful for certain things, or I'm very grateful for certain things. That's how I felt the whole day. I felt very fucking heavy, dude. Felt heavy, and I felt so fucking just like, and I didn't even feel, it wasn't even a negative heavy. It was just like so much, just happened, and I just felt so heavy. And I was looking for a joint, and the joint found me, and I felt better, and I've been feeling good, but I have just been like constantly thinking about that experience last week. It definitely grounds me, even just the thought of it. Like thinking about my experience humbles me again. Like it reminds me, like, hey, like it's okay, life is good. And ever since this experience, man, I've really been fucking more grounded. Really, I've been more on Earth, I guess. And I guess after seeing my life, as not my own, um, and all of my earthly attachments were taken from me. It's like, wow, dude, I have so much appreciation for so many little things that I didn't really worry about before, or didn't really like think about so much. And then kind of like it's cool because the 25th Christmas, I saw the movie Souls by Disney, which if you haven't seen that movie, you should go out and see it because it's a very very like deep kind of movie. And I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but definitely go watch it because there were some parallels of in there that like moving forward I'm taking with me like from the trip alone. But hearing that in a movie, for example, like not even that it's Disney. Yeah, it's cool that Disney talks about like certain a deep topic in that regard, but it's more of like certain topics that they covered and certain ideas I had took from my trip. So to see it in the movie was just like wow, like it's even more, more meaningful. That like okay, for example, it's not even really a spoiler, so it's just there's a quote in the movie that's just like that's just regular old living. Like that's not much. And then when you think about like the regular old living is technically what you really end up remembering, and like those little small moments is the main fucking it's what makes the whole it's what makes the days worth it, because I was having this conversation with some of my friends from jiu-jitsu last week. Shout out Dream MMA. Fuck, it was I guess I don't know how to what were we thinking, what were we were kind of going about how like like when the day like individual days seem kind of long, but next thing you know, a month passes by. You're like, holy shit, where did the days go? And I feel like that's also another thing that's been happening with here. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I broke my finger, uh, probably the 25th or 26th of last month, and it's been a month already, and my finger's been like this for a month. And you really think about it, like, holy fuck, where did the days go, dude? It's really been a year. I'm not a year, a month of me having my finger, literally my finger doing this for fucking the whole day. And that's not even the whole, it's the whole month when you really think about it. Like, holy shit. I'm really dreading not bringing any water today to today's set of the podcast. But, I'm very, very, like, I'm about to drink some of the plant water I got, dude. Man, what can I say other than that? I've just been really grateful and very grounded and very spiritual. More spiritual in the sense that like not like I'm like fucking going to church now, but dude, like energy and me wanting to share this like really grounded level of energy and peace with the world. I find myself feeling spiritual in that sense where it's like I want to share this feeling that I have inside me and this soul that I guess this experience that my soul has had, or after that cleansing on Tuesday, I've slowly been like, okay, you know what? I don't really want this in my life anymore. And I've been kind of more or less like really okay, I'm starting to see certain things that I don't want in my life anymore. And it so happens that we're at the end of the year, that moving forward into 2021, like, I really want to keep certain things and certain problems just like under the radar, and like not even under the radar, just like gone. They're done. Like, there's certain things, certain walls, and certain doors that I'm not necessarily, or I'm not burning any bridges necessarily, but there are certain things or certain people who I find myself kind of maybe thinking about or still thinking about, and maybe that their time has kind of came and it was here and appreciated, but maybe it's not so much. It's not serving you so much. It's just like it's not really moving you forward or like making you a better person anymore. If anything, it's making you feel certain things that you don't need to be feeling or dealing with right now. So maybe you should keep your distance. Because again, like, after not having any earthly attachments, what are you left with? And dude, literally, like, I had all of my whole all of my eggs were in one fucking basket, and they were like, this isn't your basket anymore. And so I didn't even have the eggs or the basket, so it was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, what? That's kind of a stupid analogy, huh? It sounded better in my head, not gonna lie to you, but I'm having a good time. I'm feeling a little cold and have goosebumps, but I don't want to put the big ass jacket on because just don't. Luna came to say hi here. I never really show Luna so much. I always show Millie, but Luna's hopping on me versus myself today. Luna's hopping on me versus myself podcast today with us today. It's usually Millie, but Luna joined us today. Thank you very much, Luna. Luna's a fucking beast. Look at her, bro. I love you, Luna. Yeah, Luna tripped on 10/8 of fucking shrooms too. That's why she's a beast. All right, you can give me free. You're free to go. Sorry about that, but dude, I'm having a good time, dude. I'm having a really good time because I feel like I've been meaning to say a lot of things, and I just haven't really had the time to journal so much. So I haven't journaled that much. Kind of partly because just been living or whatever. But and also my hand, it's a little annoying to journal sometimes. So like it's like it doesn't. I don't know. I'm making excuses, fucked. But I just didn't journal. I haven't been journaling. But there's a lot I've been wanting to say, especially about the trip, about how I'm feeling, things that I'm cutting off, people I'm cutting off. And there's just one concept that I've been really, really, really like interested in, and I'm seeing it unfold as I continue to live my life. So today, right at 8 in the morning, bro, I was fucking running, and I ran like 2 miles today in the morning. And dude, like, I know I could fucking do that, and it's so easy for me to do it. Like, I don't even like I wasn't even tired after the 2 miles, and it's like it's just an accumulation of all the shit that I've been doing. Like 2 miles now. I can run 2 miles without stopping. And it's not really so much a challenge. It's more of the challenge is starting to do it. Because as soon as I start jogging, like I know I pick a pace. And it's like, okay, I'm not dropping slower than this pace. So no matter what, fucking running. So yeah, if I keep that, it's not hard for me to run at a long distance. Which I say like 2 miles isn't that much. But compared to the average person, like it's a pretty big accomplishment. And the 2 miles is growing, it's not staying at 2 miles. I'm gonna run more. But I noticed that I kind of stop myself sometimes from achieving my personal growth because I see people around me are being comfortable or are not taking the action at the level that I need to be at. David Goggins has this quote of like, be uncommon amongst uncommon. And I've always fucking felt that way. And I really, 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 really resonate with that because uncommon amongst uncommon. Like these foods are the outliers, but like this food's even an outlier amongst the outliers. Like this guy's on some other shit, and that's what I want to be on because I know I can, and I've proven to myself that so much. I've done so many different things, and I've documented it, and I have so much data collected on myself about certain things that I know I can do so much at a certain time period. but I've been stopping myself for the people around me, you know. And I guess that it does, the quote does fucking, it doesn't apply. Like, you are the people you hang out with the most. And I noticed that, you know, it's like, yeah, maybe a lot like my people, my parents or family members don't run so much, or don't work out so much, or don't fucking wake up early, or do this or do that. Like, I was just stopping myself, or like I'm eating earlier because like this is what time they eat at. And it's like, no, fuck no. I'm uncommon amongst uncommon. I need to write that on my wall, dude, because I really, 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 really like that quote. And you need to be uncommon amongst uncommon. Because, yeah, like, these guys are fucking. Yeah, these people run 10 miles every day. But this one runs 20 miles. Like, holy shit. And not that extreme, you know? But, you know, it's. There's levels to this shit. And I definitely and genuinely believe in that concept, that I must be and I must continue to strive to be uncommon amongst uncommon. That's just, that fits, that fucking speaks to me, bro. I'm gonna fucking have to, I don't know, like, it just really, really awakens some sort of like beast in me, because I'm aware of certain modes and certain things that I can tap into when I just go ahead and fucking say or think or do the things that I know are gonna make me happy. Like, you know, instead of waiting for someone to run with me in the morning, like, if I'm up, better you bet your ass that I'm gonna be fucking running. And I have to be running because I did it today in the fucking cold. It was 40 something degrees. And you don't really need a sweater after you start running. You know, the sweater kind of starts to bother you after like half a mile. You're kind of like, fuck, I shouldn't have brought a sweater. So it's, you know, yes, the beginning is the hardest part, and I'm noticing that, and I'm seeing that, and I'm starting to be like, you know what, I don't want to be like comfortable so much. I need to be uncomfortable all the time. I need to be uncommon amongst uncommon. I need to listen to David Goggins' book again. If you haven't listened to that book or read that book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, that book is fucking phenomenal. It spoke to me on several levels that I must revisit, and I must get on board with doing that again. But I'm excited, dude. A little bit of a shift. Um, like I was saying, I'm not chiefing on weed so much anymore. Still am, still partaking, but I'm not super concerned about it, right? I'm starting to, well, I've started to, and I've just like took it off the pedestal I've been having it on, you know? I feel like I've been fighting this like little demon of like, oh, like I'm chiefing too much, and I'm still speaking in code because, you know, we're not exactly there, but we're still in code. And if you understand, and if you're, you know, tagging along with me, so I still plan on doing it, because not only is it such a, like a normal thing, but I genuinely enjoy it. But I know part of me is like addicted to it, and just addicted to like switching my what's it called, mindset, or state of mind. There you go. So part of me does really enjoy changing my state of mind, and I noticed that when I consume a lot of marijuana, um, I start to really depend on it and cling to it, and it's not fun because I kind of deal with certain withdrawals, and I'm a little bit irritable. So, you know, like, I am easing off a little bit, not necessarily like completely cutting it out, because I don't feel like I need to cut it out. I mean, I do enjoy it, and I do know that it does keep me at a certain level. But again, if I'm uncommon amongst uncommon, like, what's a fucking joint after ran 10 miles? Even today, like, literally, like, there's times where, like, today, for example, I ran the 2 miles. Had I had a fucking joint to celebrate, like, that would have been perfect. But also, I don't need a joint after 2 miles or 10 miles or whatever. Like, and that's the fucking battle that I've been fighting with that. But I feel like I've been dealing with like trying to beat it for so long that it's been like, it's still a problem, because I've put it on this pedestal that I haven't reached, and and because I haven't reached it, like the problem isn't solved, but it's like if I put myself at the same spot as it and treat it like, for example, like alcohol, like it's not a big deal anymore. It's like, oh, like yeah, it's there. Yeah, sometimes I do indulge in too much, but I'm also okay without it. So I don't know. I think I'm fucking spinning facts, dude. Like I said, I feel like, bro, I haven't seen the fucking therapist in a month, and I'm back, dude. And I'm back, and I'm just excited to talk to you guys. I really am. I literally get goosebumps every time I hop on a podcast because it makes me so happy. Not only did I get to talk and spill my ideas, but for those who listen, you're a fucking beauty. I love you. And I'm excited to have fucking podcasts with guests on it. And I've been slacking, but I'm back, dude. I know the camera quality on these isn't as nice, but the thing is, when I use a really nice camera that you guys have been seeing in the past videos. Yes, the video looks fucking phenomenal. But I'm limited to like a 25-minute episode before it cuts and like I have to push record again. Instead of here, like if I hop on here and I push record, I get fucking unlimited time. Unless my storage fills up, like get an unlimited amount of fucking video. So, and it's not like you can't see me and you're not enjoying the quality. Like I said, I am investing in lights, and as soon as I have lights, even the front camera is gonna look beautiful. So that's no longer a problem. I'm no longer stopping myself by like setting limits onto like what I can do and can't do. Like if I need to spend fucking $40 on a pair of lights, go and spend $40. I spend $40 on a fucking Stizzy, like nothing. It's just prioritizing shit differently. Like it really is. Like it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's taking it off that pedestal of like, oh, I need to beat this. I need to be at certain days sober without fucking weed to prove I've dominated it. Like, no, like, there's nothing to dominate. There's nothing to beat. There's nothing, I'm not escaping any demon. It's like, why am I trying to break out of a cell I'm not even in? So, Millie Luna, are you coming in or out? I need to know before I close the door. Open the door. In or out, Millie? Okay. So I'm not in a cell. So why am I gonna keep putting myself in the jail cell and like holding myself to like a standard of fucking 75 days? And I'm proud. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm very, 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 because that's just discipline and willpower. Sorry, I was just like, what the fuck's the word? But maybe I was hitting myself. That didn't help me fucking brain. It didn't help the brain think faster. But I'm not in a cell, dude. I'm really not. Like, yeah, weed is weed, but I think that's everybody. Like, that's just like, I'm sure if I drank coffee the amount of like time, like, I'm gonna start depending on that too. Like, it's not a fucking, don't put yourself in a cell. Like, if you don't need to put yourself in a cell, don't fucking do it. Like, you're only gonna be like fighting your sentence and like trying to prove that you're guilty, that you're not guilty, Just don't put yourself in that position. I guess that's easier said than done because maybe you feel like, or I guess from me, like, here's the thing. So when I broke Sober October, a little bit changed because I was like, okay, I broke Sober October, but it doesn't make me a worse version of me it doesn't make me anything really. Like okay, yeah, I didn't fulfill my challenge, but it's not like I'm less of a person or less of a human being because I didn't hold myself to a fake standard that only fucking matters to me. You get me? Like, does that make sense? Like, yes, okay, I did 75 days sober, like, and I bow before you. Like, I'm proud of that accomplishment. I'm proud of, me saying, you know what, we're done. Like, nah, not for 3 months or whatever, however long 75 days is. Not until I'm 19. And I fucking waited. I did it, and I feel proud of myself because yes, like it means something to me, and that's also very valuable. But like the standard in the real world, it didn't mean shit. Like okay, like you went 75 days without fucking smoking. Like congrats, I guess. I don't know. I guess to me, it's like, well, don't put yourself in that box or don't restrict yourself in that way. Of like, okay, yeah, for example, okay, for now, right now, say I do fucking the next 15 days sober. The time passed. Okay, 15 days. I can smoke again, and then I fucking the same thing. I get then I have to deal with the withdrawals of dependency because maybe I depend on it again. So you're not really beating it. You're just kind of going in a circle about it. And it's like, okay, well, I guess you're just putting yourself in a box and like, all right, like get out of the box, but there's no entry, there's no exit. Like, okay, like yeah, okay, it's like, for example, like, go fucking 10 day. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too deep or too, I don't know, but it's facts. Like okay, maybe that standard means a lot to me, but it was because I was putting it on a pedestal. I was putting weed on a pedestal. I was putting weed as this fucking monster alien shit that I need to defeat because it's taking over my life or it's making me not act in certain ways or it's taking me away from certain aspects of my life. Okay, got that sorted out. Maybe, in the future, it's like, okay, if it's there, it's there. No, it's not, it's not. And I feel like that's more of a healthier approach for me. Again, this is me versus myself. Okay, this is me versus myself. I'm sharing my opinion, but this is what I've learned from this is the data I've analyzed and I've received and I fucking documented and I'm thankful that I had that experience. But it's like, okay, like I wouldn't mind doing 75 days again. It's I guess it's like I said, it's not so much of like having to do the days. It's more like I guess I know I can prove myself right, or I can set myself to a standard and stay to it. So like like there's other things that you do learn with those challenges. So there's nothing like I guess it's the equivalent of like no fap. People do no fap and they get a benefit from that, and that benefit carries on to like other aspects of their life because okay, like yeah, maybe holding myself to the standard of like not beating my meat or whatever. Like it carries on and it's like okay, now I'm gonna meditate now or now I'm gonna like I understand where like the trickle of like once a fucking habit picks up and the ball is big enough, the snowball, it's just gonna the snowball effect like it is. It's just gonna get bigger as it goes down. I feel like it's the same with hello Millie. It's the same in certain aspects, so there is value in that. I did learn a lot of things about me and I did have several challenging exchanges with myself. That have very several like, and I feel like one of the reasons why I went sober also too because there was a lot of things about my breakup that were still lingering in my mind and still like, I guess affecting the way I was living. And it was just like, well, sorry, I had to get Millie on top of the bed. I was like, let me get over these thoughts as myself, 100% Jesus Guillen, like no outside substance or no way to run away from however it is that I was feeling at the time. I was like, no external, no, hey, Millie, relax, okay? Calm down. So let me not have any external, are you gonna go or what? Are you leaving? Millie's bugging. But let me have no external sources influencing how I deal with my feelings. Millie, you need to go. You need to go. Get out. Go. Okay, here's Millie, by the way. Millie. She's banished from the kingdom today. Go. Banished from the kingdom. Can't catch a break here on this podcast, huh? Just kidding, dude. I'm so glad to be back. I can't wait to have these conversations with people on fucking Zoom. I'm excited. Here, let me show you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of how this was gonna look on Zoom. Actually, I can't. I don't wanna risk fucking up the recording or editing. So, fucking Friday. Guest podcast, man. Fucking exciting. How exciting, man. Fuck. I'll get goosebumps thinking about I get to finally talk to people on my show about anything they could possibly want to say. Get off their mind, get off their chest, like, fuck, please, someone, like, I get goosebumps at the fact that somebody is going to be able to use this platform I've created to express himself and get some sort of fucking weight off of their shoulders. I can't wait. As you can see, though, we're at 36 minutes into today's episode, and there has been no video cut. And I think some lighting will just, some lighting's going to add to the fucking flavor of the podcast. Don't get me wrong. Here, let's put this back here. Okay. Don't get me wrong, there's still gonna be fucking things, but I'm excited for Zoom podcasts. And then fucking in person. Certain people will be in person. Certain people I know, like homies. A little bit, until, because some people might feel weird about it, but I know some homies, like, just go get tested, or literally asking, yo, homie, you got fucking COVID? If not, I ain't going. No, I don't have COVID. Okay, I'm going over, like, but I also don't mind. Okay, I have to go to get a test, and then in 2 days, I'll let you know whether I'm fucking positive or not, and if I'm not, then let's fucking link up. That's not, it's like in-person meetings aren't like off limits, but we are gonna have some good times and some good things to. Sorry, someone's outside of my window, but some good talks to be had, some good conversations and some good insight, and I can't wait to like meet or to talk to my friends, and for you to meet the people I like to talk to, and just. I don't know. I feel like it's a whole different side of me. Maybe you will like even more. Fuck, dude. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm fucking almost fucking peeing my pants at how excited I am. But there really is nothing else like this fucking podcast, man. We're early in the process. Even though it's a year in, like, we're still very early in the process. We haven't even hit 100 episodes yet, which is fucking insane. Not even 100 yet. So, dude, like, I'm speechless. And I can't wait to meet and talk to everyone else. And if you're interested on being on the podcast, definitely let me know. And your testimony... You can leave your mark on the world. This is your chance for me to we're broadcasting to billions and millions of people worldwide. And to those of you from the future, from the years 2030 and up, shout out from fucking 2020. The year's almost fucking done. Santa Claus is gone. Fucking New Year's is coming up. 2021. Now we're in the fucking future. Here we go, bro. This is for you guys. This is your chance to leave your mark and hopefully be seen in like 10, 20 years. And hopefully someone learns something from you. And if not, and it's just a fucking conversation between me and you, like, chef's kiss to that. So I might have to cut me a fucking stizzy, not gonna lie. And be chiefing up on the show with you guys. I might have to. A podcast only Stizzy. That's fucking funny. A podcast only Stizzy. Yeah, Disney had to cut the sponsorship though. If that's the case, if they don't, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. Be on the lookout though. Seriously. Thank you so much for listening. I feel so fucking. I didn't even say so much, but I fucking goosebumps, dude. It's so insane how happy and how much fucking just serotonin and dopamine release when I record these podcasts. So I'm also looking forward to microdosing on the Stamets protocol, which is 4 days on, 3 days off, zero point 0.1 gram. So be on the lookout for that. We'll see how the results are in about 2 months ish. That's just an idea putting in your head. And if you made it this far listening, you're a fucking beauty. Bro, I feel so good, and I don't know. I really like being on the phone. I feel like I don't know. It just feels natural, and I think the psilocybin video is gonna be like on the camera. Like I have the camera, but I just can't do podcasts on the camera because I can't do 40-minute fucking segments like this. Or like because what I was oops shit, sorry. What I was noticing, sorry about that. I know my audio sometimes just fucking jacks up, but what I would notice sometimes when I was gonna record, as I say that, the fucking podcast audio, I mean the camera cuts off. Apparently, I ran out of storage on my iPhone. But if you're still listening to here, Me versus Myself podcast, guest podcast coming very, very, very soon. I'm so thankful and grateful to know that you guys listen and support me regardless of my absences. And I know sometimes I take a little bit of time off. It really goes a long way with clearing my head and me having to deal with certain issues that I deal with. But that being said, thank you so much for listening to Me versus Myself podcast. This has been Jesus Guillen, and I love you. Goodbye.